earlier we have talked about B2C and B2B market. Do you see any market trends or anything that you've seen a change in the education institution or even executive development programs after the pandemic or what we call the post-pandemic era?
So I would definitely say that there has been a surge in the interest in leadership development, right? And this is not to say that pre-pandemic there hasn't been a focus in leadership training, but I think there has been a even stronger demand for leadership training because of this new norm, right? And I personally will attribute this to um, the pandemic because there has been a shift in people's expectations and the professional behaviors that's expected of this new norm, right? Um, so a lot of our B2B clients that comes to us has this particular issue where, you know, they're not familiar with managing a team when it comes to either a completely remote environment or a hybrid environment, right? And that's because, when you're not in person, it's a complete different dynamic, right? And when you are thinking about those that are in the leadership position, they are usually people who have already been in the industry for at least a few years prior to the pandemic, right?
Hmm.
So when it comes to managing people with the different expectations who are just entering the workforce, either during the pandemic or post-pandemic, these people have a brand new perspective and expectations as employees when it comes to the work environment as well as the professional behaviors, right? We all joke online about, hey, when you're working remotely, you might have a proper attire from the waist up, but you might be wearing pajamas underneath, right? So, similarly, when it comes to interactions between teams, right, the dynamic has shifted for the most part, and it's difficult for a lot of those juniors, even senior and executive leadership teams or management to kind of figure out how to properly lead uh, these employees through this new norm, right? So, leadership has definitely been one of the main focuses in professional development and executive development for a lot of the managers post pandemic.
And that's mainly from the B2B sector, right?
I would say B2C as well,
Okay.
because a lot of our programs are focused on um, development of you know mid,
Leadership.
junior, or senior management level employees, right? So these people already have experience, like I mentioned before. They fall under the category of those who have already started their career before the pandemic, right? And we also have people that have entered management positions during the pandemic. And for those people, it's even more important for them to take those programs, and simply because, all of a sudden there's no one like can kind of show them the ropes as to how to manage or lead a team in this type of new environment, right? So everyone's kind of learning together for the first time. So
Yeah, going back, communication, leadership, right? Management, especially for the hybrid and definitely, like you said, the remote uh, environment actually makes things a little different than pre-pandemic and post-pandemic.
absolutely, yeah.